In the beginning, it's nice to meet all of you, and thank you about this opportunity. It's my first participant in a training like this. I am really very happy to be here with all of these experts. I will start to introduce myself. I am Muhammad Awadallah. I am working in UCAS. I work in the IT department. I teach cartoon and digital drawing, color theory, and the introduction about computing. In this training, we will work. I work in the introduction about computing course, and I will flip it. I apply the model on it. Okay.
Okay.
In the past we
share your screen.
Okay, I will. In the past we use flipping way in Corona time, but we have the amazing knowledge and about flipping and blending in the last presentation, and I will make these strategies in my lectures in other courses. I will share my screen now. Okay. Is it open now?
Yes, we see it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This course target group for the first year multimedia student at UCAS in the first semester. Target group relationship, we don't know the student, all of them are new student, and we have not met them before. My key partners, a team of teachers, because we teach high number of students in the UCAS. We work with the computer department and network department because of we have lots of problems, and they going to solve the problems in the laboratories and solve the students' problems. This course key activities in the beginning, we teach them in basic topics in the face-to-face lecture in the classes in UCAS. Then we use our videos and the presentation after that to work with them in the online work and apply the following this in classrooms. The student must understand the theoretical foundations of the work of the computer, studying the system units, input, outputs, hardware, software, the processing about computer, understanding the basic concept of communication networks, privacy and information security. The final things, they must work with the Google applications, open Google account and work in the Google applications. The key resources that we use in the teaching: computer laboratories, private studio to record our video or to online sessions, make presentations and PDF sheets or books. Value propositions: the course is talking about the initial knowledge about working on computer, such as software, hardware, processing, network, safety, Google Forms, and ICDL applications. The course is dividing into two parts. The first one is theoretical. The theoretical, we work in, we use the exam research and the quizzes to work with the student, applications and online quizzes to the practical parts. The student will know how to use computer, internet banking, etc. How to compute, know the computer components, hardware and software, how they can open Google account and work in the applications. Channels: we manage our courses from Google Classroom and models, YouTube videos for the teachers, sharing PowerPoint, presentation and PDF and channels. The cost structure, I said that we work with the first year multimedia, so lots of them have a bad using for laboratories. They different background knowledge for the student. Some students don't have laptops or internet or mobile in their houses, so they don't follow up with the teachers. We work in the classes in the UCAS 2 hours per week. Online, we work 10 hours in online works. I use hardware, laptop, camera, microphone in my own studio. We need the softwares, classrooms, models, etc. To solve any problem, we work with my teams, teachers, and network and computer department to solve any problem. What will my outcome about myself developing my abilities in management my classes and increase my information collection. My student will know new college about new knowledge about course topics that I told you in the objectives. From the application that I give them in the classroom and in the labs, that how we evaluate the knowledge face-to-face or online. This is the first module. I will open the second one. The second one is the second one open?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay.
Refresh.
Okay. Share. Now
Yeah, now.
Yes,
yeah.
we see it now. We
Yeah,
see it
yeah.
now.
The course were for the first year multimedia student. The course is talking about initial knowledge. We work 50 face-to-face lecture in the class and applied working in the Google Classroom, the other part of the lectures. A group size intermediate from 20 to 25 students in the class. The course objectives understand the theoretical foundations of the work of the computer. The second one, studying the system unit input and output units, and secondary storage, hardware, software, processing. The third one, using understanding the basic concept of communication network, privacy, and information security. The last one, working with the student in the Google application. Online course content, Google account, Google application, ICDL programs. Face-to-face course content, the theoretical foundation of the work on the computer, hardware, software, input, output, internet, safety, etc. Evaluation for online courses will be online quizzes and online applications that we applied that from the Google Classroom. The evaluation for the face-to-face course from quizzes, mid and final exam, classes application, and research that we ask them to do when we finish the course. Needs computer labs in the university, a private studio for me to record my lectures. Outcome, they will know how to use computer. The student will know how to use computer, how they can open Google account and work in its applications. That's it.
Okay, thank you so much. I have some questions. When you give the online quizzes, you don't do it in Moodle. Maybe it would be an idea to do it in Moodle with H5P, which Lester will show you, because then you can follow the whole process of the learning of the student, and it's not separated into a part that is in a learning management system and a part that is in Google Class. I don't know, that is what I would do, but it's only a suggestion. And the second thing, we come there to one of the pillars that is so important, and that is how the students are equipped. Do they have good Wi-Fi? Do they have hardware, software? When they don't have it at home, it is difficult for them to do the distance learning at home. What we do sometimes in Belgium, and there it's not because they don't have the material, but because they are distracted at home, we give them the opportunity to come to the university without a professor being in the same classroom with them to study. And that is a funny way, I will tell you that now.
Yeah, we make an open labs.
Yeah, an open lab. So you could say it is team distance individual learning, because they are all individually learning, but they form a team. And they work together on what they have to do at a distance. And for us, this is, yeah, we found this interesting, because they are also coaching each other at that moment. So I don't know if you have it, and there is a possibility for your students to come to university and to work there, or not? That are two of my questions.
Yeah, we make an open lab to our student, and we sit with them and help him to do the works or applications that we applied from them.
Yeah, because then Wi-Fi problems, hardware problems are solved. And even we go that far that we are not there as a teacher or as a professor. They do it themselves. Yeah, okay. I think someone has a question, and that is Gassan, I think.
Ghassan.
It's again, okay.
You want from him to share his screen?
Yeah. Which model? Okay.
Dr. Ghassan.
Okay, thank you, Muhammad. For such a technology-based course, how you would, or at least some of its modules, how you're gonna flip it in the term of, these three scenarios that you might flip, where the students, they read or whatever at home, for example, then they come to class and do some lot of discussions and then go for. How, since it's a technology course, how or what are you going to do within the class apart from the lab? I mean, because if you go to the lab and then tell them what to do, then that's not some sort of flipping, I think. So did you think of how you're going to do that? Because I'm really, I really want to know.
I recorded a video for my student and uploaded to Classroom to explain them how, what I need in the homework or in the application that I applied.
Yeah, then how you're going to do, or what you're going to do in the class to go for the upper level within the Bloom taxonomy, for example. I mean, from knowledge and cognition to application analysis and so on. How you're going to enforce that?
In the beginning, I make an initial application like that I apply from them to do in the home.
I could be, I don't know, I don't want to go into then, I mean, an open discussion right now, but is the lab separated? Because you said it's two parts, one theoretical and one practical, the course. Is it two different things, or one complements the other? I mean, in the lab, they have to do or practice what they say learn?
In the beginning, we teach them the theoretical basis. Then after that, after mid exams, we start in the practical works.
Then are you going to change that way of teaching? to have that flipped or incorporate the flipped into it?
And the same question, and how you will embed the flipped approach through your course schedule and activities, all the things, because the content is theory and practice. Then,
Yeah. Which is the theoric lecture. After mid, we make the practical class and make some examples like that he will do in the home, and ask them after that to do the same works.
Yeah.
So it is sequential processing.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're right.
right, Hamad?
Yeah.
It's about processing. Lester, can you add something? Because you taught a computer science course also, and also blended. What did you do? What are your suggestions?
Can you repeat the question, please? I didn't hear.
Yeah, because now it's only learning the theory and in class, and then doing the practical part at home, but that's not adding something to the blended learning methods. So what are you doing? How would you suggest to do that?
I also give them the theory, but I also give them a tiny assignment that looks like something they have to do in class. It's also possible to just give them the assignment and let them prepare certain parts of it so they come prepared to the class. For example, this might for ICT, I think of installing all the programs they need, starting to learn the UI, what buttons can they use in designer programs, let them already make a tiny design. For example, I give a lecture in electricity. I let them prepare the resistor values they need, the color coding, so they can really come prepared to the class. And this makes sure you don't have to waste time explaining the basics in class before they can start exercising. So when they know what they have to do and what they need to know before they come to class, they can immediately start exercising without the need of you as a teacher having to explain the basics in the beginning. Yeah, that's how I do it.
Yeah, to me, that's a good idea. I also used it beforehand already in courses where I asked them, edit a video, add a question to a YouTube video, and they look themselves at home how they can do that, come with their ideas to class, and then you go into depth into how can you do it in a good way with the software you found or I found, because the basics are always the same. If they know the basics beforehand, before coming, and they found the basics themselves, it will be a better way of learning them to use ICT individually and without always having to think, how did I learn to do that? They found it themselves. This is how you could change your way of instructing now, which is very good, into blended. But I think we see another hand. Asma,
Actually, yes, I have a question. First, I would like to thank Muhammad. I have no questions for him. My question is for you, Ruth.
Yes.
At this point, regarding the assessment in the blended learning and flipped classroom, do we have to name the digital tools we are using, or just talk about them generally? You mentioned models. Some of us use other tools like Socrative, Kahoot, Edmodo.
Yeah, sure.
Other tools.
The only thing for us that is important is that we know what you use, so that we can adapt our course to what you use, and then add some of the tools we know that are as good as your tools, or better, or useful for other things, etc. So we will divide you into groups that already know tools have knowledge about tools, have the question to learn more about specific tools, etc. We can't, of course, give everything in 1 week, but we will try to make it as useful for you as possible. So it's interesting for us to know what you already use and what you need.